Lord, that somebody's encouraged, Lord. It's iCanB.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is iCanB. I just want to tell you a little testimony and share some good news with you. 2010, I gave my life to the Lord. At the time, I was tore up from the flow up. I was jacked up. I'm serious, man. You may not understand it because you see me now and you can see that I probably do not look like a lot of things that I've been through. But I'm coming to you from a time when I was incarcerated, locked in a jail cell, and did not know or had any idea when I would get out. My story is a story of a man that was brought up in the church, raised up in the church, but I chose my own way. I'm telling you, I was involved in crime, drugs, promiscuousness. I was involved in almost anything that you could think of. And I found myself in a place to where I didn't think that I could get out of the dirt and the grime that I was in. I came to a point to where I had multiple guns pointed at my head. And at that moment, I cried out to the Lord and I said, God, please don't let me die like this. I needed to do something better with my life. I was raised better than this. I was taught better than this. And God, I know that you have a purpose for my life. So at the time, I gave my life over to God. And after I gave my life over to God, all I knew is one thing, that I did not want to go back to the place that I had came from, to the place that he had delivered me from. So I just began to dive into the word, dive into the work that God had for me. And to my surprise, I know a lot of you are surprised, but to my surprise, he made me a preacher. So when he made me a preacher, I embraced it. I still embrace it. I embraced that he would love me so much to call me to do his work. I embraced it, but there was a lot of things that I was struggling with. One of the things that I struggled with was my music, because when I was in the world, or when I'd done the things of the world, because quite frankly, you know, I'm really not one of those people to put big emphasis on where you are right now to where you're going. But when I was doing the things of the world, you know, one of my passions was making music. And I'm telling you now, the music that I was making was not uplifting the kingdom of God. The music I was making was talking about streets, guns, violence, drugs. I was degrading women in my music. And, you know, I had no problem with that. As a matter of fact, I embraced it. I loved it. And, you know, I used that gift, that God-given gift that God gave me to make music, and I used it for the wrong reasons. So when I became a preacher, when I gave my life to God, when I turned my life over, when I began to live and walk a better life, you know, I was taught that that's not the music of the church. So I kind of shunned it myself. I threw my gift to the side, but it was just like fire burning in my bones. I had to make music. And then God revealed to me that the gift that he gave me was to be used to uplift the kingdom. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm using my music to uplift the kingdom. I pray that it encourages somebody. I pray that it lifts somebody's heart. And I know that there's a message in the music, because I'm by first a preacher, an ambassador, one that's going to give you and deliver you a word from the Most High. God gives me this music. And when he gives it to me, it's on me to give it to you. So on that note, I just want to make a special announcement. I'm going to be releasing a single before this year's out. I'm going to be releasing my single here. A lot of you know I recently moved from Louisiana to the hills of South Carolina. But listen, don't get it twisted. I'm still a who dat. I'm still Louisiana proud. LSU, y'all still my favorite Tigers. No disrespect to the Clemson Tigers around here. But at the same time, the LSU Tigers, man, that's in my blood. So I'm still a who dat. I'm still Louisiana proud. So, but right now, I had to come to a place and I had to ask myself, you know, moving to a new place can be very challenging. It can be a very difficult situation because you don't know where your inspiration is going to come from. You don't know where to go for your resources. You don't know if the ground that you are planting your seeds in will receive it. So I just had to go and trust God that he would lead me to the right place, the fertile ground, the place to where my seeds of goodness will be accepted. And God led me to Relentless Church. And I'm telling you, the Relentless Church, my Relentless Church family, They have embraced me. They've taken me and adopted me as one of their own. And I'm very excited about what God has planned for my future. So when I went down to write my first music project, when I looked for inspiration, when I looked for inspiration, the only inspiration that would not leave me alone is the inspiration and encouragement that I received from my family and the environment at Relentless Church. So my very first single, I'm dedicating to Relentless Church, and it's gonna be entitled Relentless. I can't stop. I won't stop. You gotta be relentless. I don't care what you're doing in this life. I don't care where you're going in this life. If you got a promise from God, you're gonna have to be relentless in order to accomplish that. In order to receive it, you're gonna have to fight past some things. You got to push past some things. You got to climb over some things in order to get what God has got for you. So I'm very grateful, and I just solicit your prayers. I ask you, if you see any videos, put your thumbs up. My mission is simple. Encourage everyone, judge no one, fear nothing, and accomplish everything that God has prepared for me. I got some great news for you. I'm working on my second album, Indefatigable. And listen, I'm telling you, my very first single, Relentless, is coming at you very soon. Before you know it, it'll be on iTunes. It'll be on Spotify. It'll be on SoundCloud. It'll be on Google Play. Anything, anywhere you find your music, you're going to find this single. Go out there and get it. Tell somebody about it. Like it, share it. Give me a thumbs up. Show me some love. I promise you one thing. It's going to encourage your heart. It's going to encourage your life. And I'm praying for you. I'm praying that you overcome. I'm praying that you conquer the ground that God has assigned for you. Again, this is iCanB letting you know that you can be and you can do all things through Christ who strengthens you. God bless you.
Keep fighting, there's a victory for you. Promises is heavenly, don't give up on everything.
Can't give up.
You got so much to live for. You heard me? The best is still in store. I'm standing on the promises of God, chasing purpose. And best believe I want it all. We gon' ride till the wheels fall off. To the moon, to the stars, the galaxy and beyond. Relentless, you dig it? Hey, I won't stop, I can't stop, won't stop. We gon' ride till the wheels fall off. To the moon, to the stars, the galaxy and beyond. Relentless, you dig it? Oh, I can't stop, won't stop. Stop grinding. Devils hate it, cause my light's shining. Stress comes, but I'm still reclining. It's God's promise, can't believe his kindness. Not cause of me, I'm jacked up, but he hides it. You see my flaws, but his grace reminds me I'm not finished, yeah, I'm just getting started. Eyes haven't seen what he's got fixed for me. That's the word, ain't no need for arguing. Strong and courageous, saving yet dangerous.
Yeah, I said dangerous.
Enemies came to kill, but I'm still maintaining. Everybody's a judge, but there's only one blameless. Shameless, I gave my life to the